everything should be on an electronic forum, electronic mode. And third is, most important is registration of goods, which is automatic, that will be done by you. Today, registration of goods is done by approaching the customs. So they are doing now, already registration of goods have started. My joint commissioner is sitting, he said that registration of goods by importers have already started. So this is the journey which we want, that completely. And why we want this? Because we want to provide you an efficient, modern, robust, and total, we call it professional service. That somebody sitting in Delhi and he knows that he's sitting at 9 o'clock, your bill of entry will not be stopped, it will be assessed by them. And National Assessment Center means uniform practice. All over country, you must be knowing something in their mind, some audit objections in Calcutta, some audit, but you must be telling, sir, Bombay mein to ho jata hai. Sir, hum to abhi Nava Seva mein laaye, this value is accepted. Sir, hum Delhi mein laaye the, sir, this value was cleared, why you people are objecting? To get over all these difficulties, to get over all these in a very, very transparent manner. It is not that. So we want to have a national depository of knowledge, national practice for each and every item which is being imported in this country. And because of that, Government of India has committed that by 31st October of this year, all over India, we have already started. By today, I think we have gone more than 50% of goods are assessed. Next phase is coming on 1st of October. Then by 31st October, each and every item will be assessed in anonymized matter. Means you will not come to know who is the appraiser sitting where, but you will get your bill, assessed bill of entry and a copy on your mail that you simply pay your duty and your goods are cleared. This is the way we want. This is called faceless. You know that my Honorable Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister is committed for this. He wants an efficient and faceless system. Faceless doesn't mean I don't want to see your face, but means that all faces are, all India face is for you. Not only Calcutta. That is called faceless. Not only a specific face, but all customs department is for you. That is called faceless. Not a specific face. This is the real meaning, that as a whole custom department sitting all over India, all officers are in your service, at your service. And I have a small PowerPoint presentation also, but before that, let me tell you certain important facts that India's ranking, I don't want to repeat, you must be knowing that where we were standing in this ease of doing business and cross-border trade, that from the last year 77, we jumped to 14th rank and we are 63. And our target, I'm telling you, our customs, in custom department, our target is by end of this year or next year, we should come to 50th rank. Every year, at least we should jump. At least we want to compete the best practices of the world, best practices of the universe that customs should adopt. And today, I remember in 2015, our rank, what was our in ease of doing business? 142. 142 our country, and today we are just 63, and our target is to reach a level of 50. So I am committed again that a risk-based compliance verification, a faceless assessment, and all kinds of facilitation. We in customs are committed for a transparent, efficient customs clearance service, and the right opportunity has come now, that is called a new normal, to put again a surgical strike on all manual system, together in consultation of the chamber like Bengal Chamber and other esteemed members and other esteemed, I think like Mr. Pramod Srivastav and other have joined, Mr. Kayal was listening, that together in consultation and collaboration, we will win. This is a new normal. We will all tides. This is an opportunity. All tides will turn in our favor to make a stronger, robust, self-reliant, that is called Atmanirbhar, and integrated Indian economy based on mutual trust and cooperation. हमारा नारा है प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ में, सबका साथ, सबका और खासकर आपका विश्वास, तब देश का विकास. Thank you very much. And now I think the PowerPoint presentation has been sent to you. If it is there, my joint commissioner is there. I am there. Just to give an idea about the faceless assessment in a very structured manner. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Thank you very much. I believe Mr. Devashish Datta is having a little problem with his connectivity. So I'll just take over just for the time being. I'm sure he'll join us very shortly. Sukanya, can you put the presentation as Chief Commissioner has said?
Yes, sir. We are just taking the presentation. So we are sharing the screen. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, it's visible. Very clear.
It's visible.
Satish, sir, we would request you to guide us, like when you want the next slide to come up.
Yes, as everyone are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, Chief Commissioner, sir, Sri Agarwal, sir. As sir already briefed most of the aspects what department is doing towards the digitization process. In this manner, I will just give a brief about what are the things what was done because of this COVID period. Particularly in this COVID period, we made an active role in towards the digitization. Not only the department, everywhere the active role of digitization is taking place. In such a manner, the faceless assessment, which is actually planned for 1st January, was preponed, and it was we are going towards faceless assessment by 31st October. All India rollout is at 31st October. In this way, just a few things about what are the faceless assessment and what is a Turant customs. Next slide.
Next slide, please.
See, there are different aspects of the Turant customs. Like it was started way back in 2015 onwards. Like in 2017, the DPD policy has came in 2000, same year 2017 TPE and RFID has came, and because of the COVID and government wants to make everything as paperless, the department came forward by giving out of charge and gate pass, and similarly in export side LEO, where the office where the trade not required to take any printout. The information will directly go to their mobile. From there, they can track in ice tracking facility. Mobile app is there, where the importer exporter can track the status of the bill of entry, and with the QR code, they can access at any point of the time, and they can take printout at anywhere. And RMS facilitation, as sir was already covered, around 70% of the bills of entry are already under facilitation purpose. Next slide, please. So these are the objectives under Turant customs, and in this are already briefed the thing, anonymized the assessment, where the officer and the trade will not come into physical contact, but they will come into virtual contact. Like anywhere in the country, they will come in contact. For example, Mumbai officer may come in contact with the officer of with the importer of Calcutta through a virtual mode. Similarly, uniform practice, like the bills of Calcutta are assessing in Mumbai, Chennai, and Delhi. So therefore, what are the best practices in different places? Everywhere will be adopted that best practices, and the uniform practice, uniform valuation, and everything will be uniform. And the trade will be happy also in submitting the uniform set of documents, and everything. They will be benefited in coming days and improve the workload. For example, see, in some places the officer's strength is more, whereas the work is less. And in some other places, the workload is more and officers are less. In that time, the bills are getting much time for assessment and clearance and everything. In this process of these Turant customs, the workload will be distributed among all the officers across the country uniformly. Next, please. These are the various aspects of the Turant customs which were already implemented earlier. Some of them are SWIFT, e-Sanchit, DPD, direct port delivery, authorized economic operator, AUO. This was very long back. Board has implemented in 2010 onwards under ACP client status, authorized accredited client program status, and RFID seal. This is linked with the DPE, where the exporter themselves can load their container, seal their container, and export their container without any intervention of the customs officers. Next slide. This is what is SWIFT. SWIFT means single window interface for facilitating trade. There are so many PGA, participating government agencies and other agencies are there, where their requirement is there for the clearance of the imported cargo. For example, PQ is required. Then the bill will automatically go to the PQ officer for his clearance. Once he gives NOC online, it will go through online mode only, in EDM mode. It will go to the PQ officer, and the PQ officer will give his NOC online only. Then it will again come back to the custom officer and he will clear. That means the importer no need to carry the bill of entry to every PGA concerned PGA officers and get their clearance. This means it will increase helps the trade not to going every office and to clear at a single point itself. Next please. This is e-Sanchit. E-Sanchit is e-storage and computerized handling of indirect tax documents. This was rolled out in 2017-18 onwards. Under this thing, the importer can upload all the required documents online only. In online mode, he can upload all the required documents like invoice, packing list, and country of origin certificate. And what are the required documents? Mandatory documents he can upload. There is no need for submission of the same document which is uploaded in e-Sanchit. Even when a further document is also required at the time of the assessment, the assessing officer can give a query, please upload such and such document. Then the importer can upload the required document under e-Sanchit web module. Under this thing, the interface between the physical interface between the importer and the assessing officer is minimized or zero. This is one way of this is a paperless customs thing. Next one, please. Next one, please. This is similar to paperless customs, which we told that one is e-Sanchit also, and the other one is e-out of charge and e-LEO. And the importers also can track their status of the bill of entry, particularly e-oversee and e-gate pass under iStrack mobile app. Under this board has issued a circular 19 of 2020 in the month of April. This is particularly came in the COVID period. See, in the time of the COVID, people are facing different problems like lockdown everywhere, and particularly in the month of April, we all know that it is a strict lockdown period. Except essential service, no other movement was allowed during that particular period. Hence, board immediately came forward with this type of things where there is no requirement of any proper thing, particularly e-out of charge and e-LEO. And similarly, the Calcutta Customs also came forward with their public notice 19F of 2020 on April 15, 2020. This is very much helpful during that particular time. Next. These are the sample set of how the e-oversee and e-LEO are there. Next, please. Next. Here it is enabled with a QR code. Just previous slide once. In the previous slide, you are seeing the QR code. When you scan that QR code in the mobile also, you can get the status of your bill of entry or the shipping bill. Next slide, please. This is how the movement of the shipping bill and the bill of entry. Once out of charge is granted, the final E-OC copy of the BE and E-gate pass will go to the mail ID given by the importer and the customs broker. Then the importer customs broker can take the printout at their convenience. No need to come to the customs service center to take a printout. They can take a printout at their convenience. Similarly, E-gate officer can scan the QR code and allow the movement of the goods. Next slide. This is the advisory issued for by the board for online filing of the BE amendment and electronic levying and payment of BE amendment fee and use of iStaff for paperless examination. This is very good one. The last one, use of iStaff for paperless examination. In this, the officers who are in the shed, particularly in the CFS and the dock areas, all the customs officer was given an iStaff. They will come to the container or where the goods are lying with the iStaff and they immediately enter their examination report and give the out of charge there itself. No need again they come back to their seat and open the EDI all-in-one system and enter the report. This is a very fast one and which helps the trade to clear the goods very fast. Next slide. These are the similar thing which board came forward with online amendment of bill of entry and other like E-gate pass, E out of charge and E bill of entry and everything. Next slide. This is for the shipping bill side. Earlier we discussed about the bill of entry. This is the shipping bill side. Is almost similar to the shipping bill of entry. Next slide. This is how the Leo copy, E-Leo copy looks. Next slide, please. Next. This is again tracking of the Leo copy and the shipping bill. Next slide. This is the regarding the faceless assessment, which we are speaking about now because all India, everywhere, every custom house and every part of the country is covered under faceless assessment from 15th September onwards. Till 15th September onwards, they roll out piecemeal wise like pilot project. After that, Bangalore and Chennai and Mumbai and Delhi like that. Till 15th September, they roll out. Next slide. From 15th September, across the India for different groups, they roll out. This is how the journey of the faceless assessment started. First, the pilot project was started in Chennai between seaport and airport for chapter 84 in August 2019. Then there were different pilot projects between Bangalore, Delhi, Bangalore and Chennai, and Delhi and Mumbai, and also in Ahmedabad and also in Visakhapatnam. That time they considered within the zone, particularly in Ahmedabad and Visakhapatnam, Chennai, they considered within the zone. The bills of that particular zone moved towards the custom house or assessment places within that zone. And based on the feedback, they rolled out from first phase in September, first phase 5th of June between Bangalore and Chennai for only 2 chapters, 84 and 85. On the basis of that one, later they extended this one in second phase between Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi and Mumbai for various chapters. But in third phase from 15th September, they roll out across India, but for group wise they are rolling out. Next slide, please. And particularly coming to the Calcutta Custom House, we are covered in the third phase, that is 15th September. We have covered for group 3, means all our bills particular to group 3, 50 to 71 chapter are going to other custom houses for assessment. Similarly, the group 3 bills of other places, particularly Chennai, Tamil Nadu and Mumbai, Delhi are coming to our customers for assessment. Means even our officers also getting to know what are the documents, how they are means in e-Sanchit, how they are means how they are uploading in the e-Sanchit. how best they are uploading, because after seeing that things also where some loopholes in our side, we can also suggest our trade members, our importers also to upload properly, so that the number of queries will not get more. The queries also will decrease over a period of time. And in the second phase, means fourth phase, from which is coming from 1st October onwards, the groups like 1, 1A, Group 4, Group 5, 5AB, and Group 6 will be covered in next phase, from which is coming from 1st October in Calcutta. And from 31st October, not only in Calcutta, in entire India, all the groups will be covered. Means we don't know where our bill will go for the assessment, and we don't know which bill will come for assessment to Calcutta Custom House. Next slide, please. And this is the what the different setup in faceless assessment. One is local setup, the second one is virtual setup. Local setup means port of import. What work will be at the port of import, and what work will be at the virtual setup means some other place. In port of import, there will be port assessment group called as PAG. What the work of the PAG? PAG means will do some assessment work for those bills of entry where the FAG will send it back, and it will reassess on the second check or first check. Sometimes
let me just let me clarify here so that you should not get kind of some new words. We call it I think I am audible. Yes, PAG. We are now in a situation before 15th September in Calcutta. Port assessment group. Each port was having a separate assessment group, separate set of officers. Now that is being converted into, basically that is converted into FAG, means faceless assessment group. That group, same set of officers now at least will assess the bill of entry of all the ports in the country. This is called FAG. But most of the, or we can say maximum bills of entry, almost all the bills of entry will be assessed by FAG all over country after 31st October. Now we have started on selective basis phase wise, but still we are keeping a port assessment group intact, because sometimes there is special requirement of licensing or other conditions or kind of declarations. Then to overcome that, because suppose my importer is in Calcutta and some kind of queries or some other things had happened in say Delhi officer, and suppose he noticed something which he finds that it can be done only, say for example provisional assessment or provisional bond and all, he will push that bill of entry to the PAG, that is port assessment group. That is the difference. So you people will have the advantage of National Assessment Center also and local assessment center also in exceptional circumstances, and in no circumstances your bill of entry will remain unattended. This is the difference. PAG and FAG. Yeah, very good.
And there will be one Turant Suvida Kendra in local setup. Turant Suvida Kendra, the work of Turant Suvida Kendra will deal in next slide. And the virtual setup. Virtual setup requires the faceless assessment group. It consists of two officers mainly. One is appraiser, other one is the ACDC. These two are means a team who will assess the bill of entry.
Same like earlier group.
Like same thing earlier group, but in a different place rather than the port of the import. Here there is one more, like National Assessment Center. This is a team of very senior most officers of the department at commissioner level rank officers. The main work is here they will monitor the pendency level, means what is the time taking for assessment of the bills of entry, means how much it's time. It's the main motto is the assessment should be carried out within 5 hours of time. They will see initially it may increase the time, but over a period of time the assessment should complete within 5 hours of time. And they will also see the best practices of each zone and also valuation angle. All these things they will monitor on a weekly basis, and Wherever some defects are there, these will bring to that concerned zone or something. These are the things. This is the work of the National Assessment Center, which works across the India.
I'm happy to announce that Calcutta Customs has been made National Assessment Center. National Assessment Center for Group 1, that is chapter 1 to 26 items. Because of volume of Port Calcutta, so Calcutta Port has been made National Assessment Center. That is the standard practice of Calcutta will be followed by all over country, and we will try to capture the best practices which are being done in other ports, and will be the depository of best practices so far as chapter 1 goods are concerned. That is all basically food items, edible items, and coal also. 26. Yeah, chapter 1 to 26 item. Primary goods, we can call it primary goods, because from 27, chemical, petroleum, and all these starts. Yeah, please.
Next slide.
So we are slightly out of time. Appreciate it can be slightly moved faster. Thank you, sir.
Okay. These are various circulars issued by the board. Please skip.
Skip, please.
Skip, please.
Next slide.
Next slide. Next slide. Next slide.
Yes, we have
Next
already
slide.
said. Yes,
We have
next.
already discussed this one. Next slide.
Yeah.
These are also
Already
discussed.
discussed. Yeah.
Next slide. So
Next
we will
slide.
go to the Turant Suvidha Kendra. Next slide. We have set up 3 Suvidha Kendra in Calcutta. One is in Aldia, other one is in the port, and the third one is in the airport. What are the work related here? These Turant Suvidha Kendras will get that work. Next slide. These are the works of the Turant Suvidha Kendra. They accept the bond, are busy, carry out any other verification that may be referred by the FAG, defacing of documents, permits, license wherever required, debit of documents, permits, license wherever required, and other functions whatever given by the FAGs. Next slide. Thank you.
Devashish, are you logged in now? No, Devashish is not logged in as yet. Agarwal Saab and your Joint Commissioner, that was something which was excellent, sir. Excellent is not the word. You have covered up most of the thing. I think most of the question has also that which Devashish has summarized and sent to you. I do believe your projection on the screen would have covered most of the items which are already listed there. So even though you've taken time, it was very, very educative. And I think more than 50% of the customs questions would have been covered by this presentation. There are others are there, I'm sure. Sir, please stay back. We will have a little bit of question answer after the port is assured. Wonderful once again, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you another 15 minutes or so. I now request Mr. A.K. Mehra, Deputy Chairman, Haldia Dock Complex and Calcutta Docks, to give his address.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. Majumdar. Mr. Devasi Datta today is the moderator as well as the head of the shipping committee of the BCCI, Mr. Dev Mukherjee and others distinguished participants, and those who are speakers also, and Mr. Agarwal ji. Today I am meeting you the first time, though this is also a new normal. Our first meeting is through the webinar, not physically. This was not the case earlier. Namaste. And I will also like to touch upon what are the actions taken by Calcutta Port. But before that, I want to say a little bit of things about the new normal. Everybody in India and all over the world are scared about the coronavirus and COVID-19 issues. But if we see that what are the opportunities that has been opened before us during this COVID-19 situation, that is also quite appreciable. If you see all the ports, since 23rd on the month of March, when this lockdown was declared, not a single major port in India was stopped their operations during this period. And everybody is working, and you will be surprised to note that at times in the original strict lockdown period, only 15 to 20% of the officers and employees are being attended. Even then the port's operation was carried out. So that is also a new normal, which we could not think about 6 months back or about 1 year back. Number one. Second is this digitization. Digitization is definitely a motto of the government of India and of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because India, he has already started in the 2016. Even then, this has taken the highest speed, highest pace during this COVID-19 situation. So COVID has given us a lot of trouble, anxiety as far as the health concern is there, but at the same time, it has given us a sea of opportunities that this is for us to take the benefit out of it. So I personally always see a glass always half full, not as the half empty. So COVID is to me is a half full glass. We have to fill the glass very quickly to get the full benefit. Number one. Number two is that as far as Calcutta port is concerned, apart from this digitization, I just want to touch upon there are various initiatives and the infrastructural development that has taken place during the last 2-3 years. Though I have joined recently, but I have got my roots in this port. I served here from 1992 to 2015. Then I went to Visakhapatnam and then Cochin, and again come back after almost 5.5 years. So I know this port, and the changes that I have seen after coming back here as far as infrastructure is concerned, whether it is a road or is a berth or it is a new crane port at Calcutta and Haldia, is quite appreciable. And I also want to mention few new initiatives before I go to this digitization issue, that few infrastructural development that are already taken, already in the place and already in the pipeline also. Like one number, Khidirpur dock, the dock 1 west, we are taking up for a PPP project for container handling in order to ease out the pressure on the Netaji Subhash dock. Similarly, the berth number 3 of Haldia dock, we are going for the total mechanization through PPP mode. And you also already heard about the Balagar extended gate terminal. That means the cargo which are meant for the North Bengal or the Bihar, those will be directly going to the Balagar. From there, it will be cleared. This will ease out the pressure on the transportation system of the city, as well as it will decongest to a large extent the Calcutta port. This is our expectation. We are also thinking about putting some Ro-Ro jetties on both Calcutta and Howrah side, so that during the daytime, when there are restrictions about movement of the trucks and trailers containing containers, we can utilize this facility to transfer these trucks and trailers containing other cargo, even the cargo carrying or container carrying, through the river route to the other side of the river, so that from there they can directly connect to the NH 117, that is the Kona Expressway, and thereafter NH2, NH6 go to the upland countries. These also we are working, and we are hopeful within 9 to 10 months this will be made operational, if not earlier. Now I come to this digitization issue. Calcutta port always give a lot of importance in the this digitization and e-mode. You will be I'm glad to know that I'll be glad to share my personal experience when I was the estate manager or land manager in Calcutta port. In 2006, we have started the digitization in the estate management of our internal things and through a GIS system in order to obviate the man-to-man contract. Subsequently, this has been taken by other ports also, and in Tuticorin, they have made a big presentation thereafter after adopting the same system. The similar type of things now we are now contemplating through ERP. You know about the first phase of 5 ports are now going for total ERP solution and deployed Tech Mahindra, and Calcutta port is one of them in the first phase of 5 ports, and ERP has already started implementing. Many of the modules are already in place and some modules are in development stage. Apart from the EBS and ERP, we are also putting in place the GIS based container tracking system. Already tender for the same is out, and we are hopeful by end of October or by November we will put in place. So whenever the container will be entering into the port through the GIS system, everybody will get to know at which stack, which slot number the container is there. So the time required to find out the container, whether for the export leg or in the import leg, this will be very fast and easier mode. Similarly, we are also opening a pre-gate activity at MNQ block in the Sonai road in order to reduce the congestion in the dock gates, like now number 8 gate of the NS dock. This will also we intend to operationalize by November or by late December in order to reduce the congestion in the city roads. And as regards the Haldia, I have seen there are certain observations came from your last meeting about the billing system, then container damage billing system, deposit account debited in this not appearing in the bill. I can assure you that though these are part of our ERP system, but due to delay in making these modules, we have already decided we will take the help of NIC, and within the next 2 to 3 months, we will put in place. Even if it is in ERP, we will not wait for the Tech Mahindra to do that. And I'll assure you by the end of December, that means this calendar year, your requirement, what you are expecting from HDC side about the e-billing system, whether it is a container damage billing or a land billing or deposit account, all you will get it through your email and in the web also. And as regards Haldia is also, you are also aware that there are certain congestions in the oil jetties, especially the edible oil, and those who are not the priority item. So we are going for this outer terminal 2. Construction has already started, and we are hopeful by December 2021, this jetty will be commissioned. So those who are having a lot of pre-berthing detention at the sandheads will also come down. So with this, I just I'll hand over to Mr. Majumdar. This is my short presentation or our issues that we have addressed, and any other issues which may come up in the process of today's discussion or after, out of also, we are here to address here. Both chairman, myself, and my teams are there to support all the customers, including CHA, then shipping agent, and your handling agent everywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll give it back to Debashish since he's joined back. Debashish, over to you.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Mr. Mehra. And we are.
Sorry, again some problem with Debashish's audio.
Doctor, your voice is cracking.
I think Mr. Vineet Malhotra, you can give your address since Debashish is having a little trouble. Mr. Mehra sir, please remain with your office.
Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? I hope you can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Bengal Chamber of Industries, Mr. Agarwal, Mr. Mehra, Mr. Dev Mukherjee, Captain Majumdar, Mr. Hazra, Mr. Debashish Datta. Thank you so much for inviting me today. As I hear the stalwarts of the industry, including Mr. Agarwal and Mr. Mehra, speak about what customs and ports have done, I'm a little, flabbergasted in terms of what I should be saying. So I'm just reminded, and I'll keep this brief, there are two parts to what I look for within this webinar. One is the digitization, other is this new normal, or the word being normal. Whenever I actually attend such seminars and, I'm speaking, a lot of people ask me from a digitization perspective, if there was one image that comes to your mind, what will that be? And it's a very interesting image, and in a sense, it encapsulates what is happening in the industry, and that could possibly be the theme of what digitization would do. This is the image of, and all of us would know this, 9 blind men and the elephant. So the elephant is your container, your box, your cargo, and the 9 blind men around it are the stakeholders. Essentially, how well they coordinate, what they figure out from the different elephant body parts is how the industry essentially moves from a digitization part. And if you look at that to be a possible theme of digitization, and that's what we have been espousing in terms of IT solutions, as it's about collaboration. And when stakeholders come together, exchange ideas, and then that gets digitized in whatever technology format that you look at, that produces results which are phenomenal. So that being on one side, and I'll just come back to this. The second side is this whole element of the new normal. Just look at the normal in the first place. There was a reference by Mr. Agarwal in terms of what is it, on several parameters that as a country we have done. The first one is doing business, and as he articulated, that we've moved a lot of distance right now. Ever since under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, over the last few years, the distance that we have traversed is significant. Today, overall ranks being 63. If you look at the parameter which interests us, which is trading across borders, we are at 68. This obviously is the highest in South Asia, but compared to many other economies also, we're not bad. So there is a path that we have set to ourselves. The other element is the logistics performance index. And again, it is talking of several parameters. One of them, which is clearly linked to, or two of them, which is clearly linked to digitization, is track and trace and timeliness. If you look at the journey from 2012 till about 2018, we moved quite a bit paces, and we were ranked 36th. Only in the last year, I think, our rank has dipped slightly to become 44. Now, these are elements which are already in motion. I also must say this, that if I look at the Indian customs and the level of automation that Indian customs has, as compared to several other customs across the world, maybe of the same income group as we are, I think we are way, way ahead of what it is. Having said so, and if I just combine this, what was the normal versus what is possibly currently is in terms of collaboration, I think there is this whole new model emerges, which is the PPP model of digitization. The fact has remained that at this point of time, the government is heavily focused on looking at digital India and the elements around it. But then it's about the government pushing the digital agenda. If we, essentially take it to a little bit of PPP, then I think, it becomes a big ticket idea in what it can go. And I'll just give last example before I close my closing remarks, and that's perfectly in Calcutta. 3 years back, we collaborated with the National Association of CFS, Pramodji's Hair, and under his leadership, Mr. Jaiswal's leadership, to actually look at some item which was not currently handled by the ICS system, which is the uncleared cargo. And this collaborative method of getting CFSs, getting obviously under the leadership of Mr. Agarwal and his support, and the other customs officer, and what technology we brought in today, I think, Mr. told a significant number of digital interaction, pure digital interaction of uncleared cargo, approvals happening from the customs system. So this model of collaboration is something that we have experienced also in Tuticorin port, whether it's for IGST refunds or even for e-gate pass. And there is something which is also going on after the customs has come out with the e-gate pass notification. How this can further be enhanced by using some more technology and to the aid of the stakeholders is something that we could possibly look at. So from my perspective, India happens to be the digital capital of the world in terms of software companies. I think if we were to imbibe this PPP or collaboration model, that's where possibly a lot of our solutions would lie. So thank you so much.
That was excellent, Mr. Vinit Malhotra. Excellent. Debashish, are you on? Debashish, are you on?
Sir, Debashish sir is having some issues regarding his internet. So,
okay.
Request you to take it forward, sir.
Can
Okay,
you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Come in, Debashish.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Thank you. So now let us. I have listened to more or less the whole program, but I cannot there's some internet problem. I am trying to solve it. Now, let us go to the interaction section, and there is no time is very less. But we are really thankful to the Chief Commissioner, Mr. P.K. Agarwal, Mr. Mehra, and Mr. Malhotra for explaining us. And it is good that they have already answered, at least Mr. Agarwal Sahib and Mehra Sahib, they both assured that whatever the problems we have forwarded them, they will try to and the CSO will be solved. Only one question, P.K. Agarwal, is that for you, because
Yes, go ahead.
Payment of fees, payment of fees, the CV license and renewal fees, MOT charges, payment of vessel related port charges, marine dues, all these dues we have to pay. There we have to go to the customers and we have to pay there. That why not we can pay online? So if you can address this issue, sir.
Your voice is cracking, Mr. Datta. I cannot fully listen to your queries.
Am I audible? Yes,
Captain,
sir. Okay. I have just heard Deputy Chairman Port Trust, Vinit ji from the Kale Logistics and all. Before we answer, but let me two sentence also. I forgot to in my opening remarks. I see in customs there are 1, 2 and 3. There are 1, 2, 3. ये 3 प्रिंसिपल्स पे हम काम कर रहे हैं. नंबर 1, एक प्रिंसिपल है जो आपका आज का टॉपिक, दैट इज ई. E means either you call it electronic, digital, whatever you want. That is एक हो गया E. Now the 2, which I got it or inspiration from one of the address from Honorable Prime Minister in today's new normal, that is openness and opportunity. Openness and opportunity. 1 E, 2 O's, and Vinit ji, 3 C's. Yes, I am aware that now in today's scenario, without consultation, without collaboration, without cooperation, so the customs, that is the 1C, has the 3 C's as objective: consultation, cooperation, and collaboration. I think that will satisfy you. That is the model which I have developed for me and for my team. 1 E, 2 O's, and 3 C's. This is the way I want to interact today. And that is my model for dealing with all customs or exim related issues concerning me and my department. Now coming to the specifics. Payment of all those fees, you must have seen in the presentation that amendment fees and IGM amendment fees and all these are already being digitized and it can be made online. Others, yes. Please, Satish will answer.
As per the bill of entry charges, amendment charges or whatever may be regarding the bill of entry, it is online. Directly go to the importer because the importer details are everything is available. It will go to the importer screen and he will pay. Even the penalty, fine, whatever imposed by the assessing officers, everything, it is online. Regarding other IGM amendments and other MOT charges, all these things are not so far digitized. This issue already taken up to the board, system. They are looking into it, this one.
And I am happy. I told you this is an opportunity for me to integrate this also. Opportunity and integration, that is collaboration. So I take this, I will take it further. Thank you. We do to Agarwal. Actually, because you are the Chief Commissioner, we are really
these issues, it can be solved. That's why we are bringing to you, sir, because you are here as the security.
And I'm not saying that I will try. I'm not saying I will try. I will say it will be solved. That is my commitment. Yes.
Very good.
We are confident to solve all these issues. Now there is a issue.
Yes, I'll get it done through Digi System Delhi. I'll get it done through Digi System Delhi. Don't worry. That's why I told you. This is a kind of integration, and this is an opportunity for me. Unless I come to you, unless I listen to you like this webinar, I think Mr. Viniji must be hearing. This is a kind of collaboration we want. Then only the digital thing will happen. Yeah.
Sir, if I may just say something, if I reverse COE, it becomes Center of Excellence. So that's what you're on to.
COE, very good. I said EOC, you see COE, very good.
Yes, Debashish.
Mr. Arup Pua, I will request Arup Pua to unmute. Arup, unmute.
Yes. So my observation on this is, namaste, first of all, and thank you very much for your brilliant presentation. So my little awareness, I want to know that yesterday it was discussed that the UCC software has been developed on which, for detection of the old and idle containers can be detected. So when does it start? I mean, that's what we wanted to know.
UCC software has already started. Port and both some of the CFS has to be registered. UCC as a private software.
Okay.
Government of India as a customs has adopted. UCC charges certain fees from the CFSs or the port. And the moment you get registered, means linked up in the system, we are giving no objection online. And we are trying to integrate other agencies also in this, because that agency like truck control, pollution control board, all these we are trying to integrate. Otherwise, yesterday only in my customs facilitation meeting, I have told my additional commissioner disposal that till this system is developed, we will take this on email, so that there should not be any kind of physical movement of either person with or the documents. We will take this. So UCC software has been launched in Calcutta, and we are happy. And if any further integration is required, any suggestion, most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Sir, since we are the ones who have developed the software, anything which is required by customs or any stakeholder, we are more than happy to solve that point.
Vinit is always there to solve. So and he has, I can understand the way he's spoken about collaboration. Is there to integrate all of us, all stakeholders in one E. Okay.
Captain Majumdar.
Yes, Debashish. Okay, may I go ahead if Debashish is still out? Sir, it's a very important question I have to both. Debashish? Okay, my question is a common question to Chief Commissioner and to Port, and this is of interest to the trade as well as to shipping, sir. This ETP, sir, is a big problem for trade as well as for the shipping lines who are shipping out foreign cargo on the coastal shipping, going to either Krishnapatnam or Chennai and being transshipped to an overseas vessel. The customs in Chennai and Krishnapatnam wants a copy of the ETP, which we shipping lines and the CHAs are having a lot of difficulty in downloading it from the ICE gate. We do not know what the problem is. Why? My question is, sir, why does the transshipment port require this from us? It is available in the ICE gate. Why can't the customs in the Krishnapatnam and Chennai take it down from ICE gate instead of bothering us over here? Question number one. Question number two, sir, is the question of no demand from Mr. Mehra. Please listen. My question is no demand certificate from the port for port clearance. Why should our staff go running to the DMG building get a receipt from them, take a no demand from them, run to the custom house and obtain port clearance. This is absolutely not, sir. This needs to be digitized. We already have our accounts. Let us pay it online. You issue me the no demand directly on the ice gate or through your PCS and let it go to customs. Customs issue the port trust, the port clearance, sir. These are my two questions of interest to shipping and the trade. Thank you.
अग्रवाल जी आप पहले बोलेंगे और मैं पहले बोलूं?
And since this copy is not, and they are asking physical copy, we have already taken up with our, we call it a Saksham Seva in Digi Systems, and they have not yet given me the reply and the solution. And I commit that within a week's time, I don't take months or days. Today is Saturday, next Friday, let me talk to my Digi system on Monday next, and I promise that we will get some solution of this. That no need of physical copy in Chennai or what is that, Tuticorin, whatever. Don't worry, we have already taken up the matter. And had you told me in the matters or earlier days or the 2 months, 3 months back, by this time we would have found solution. Because my department, my Director General of System is very keen to integrate all these small things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Agarwal. Sir, one more thing again, trade, shipping lines and the CHAs. Sir, you are now going to insist on SCMT that we have to file Export General Manifest before the sailing of the ship. So the shipping lines do not have an access to the ice gate as far as the shipping bill is concerned. So how do we get the details of the shipping bill to prepare the Export General Manifest? I must have an access in the ice gate either to the dock challan of the port or to the shipping bill of the customs. Either of the two documents gives me all the details to prepare Export General Manifest. Neither the port gives me that access or ice gate gives me the access. Over to you.
Okay. Satish will speak to you because we want to give access. We have advertised, we have put a public notice, my officers have consulted. Now, since Satish is dealing, he will tell you how you can get access immediately.
So regarding the filing of the SCMT in the means if there is any specific problem, what is that thing we will take it up?
Registration, but they have to first register.
But so many stakeholders not yet registered in Calcutta. Particularly the custodians out of the 12 custodians.
Shipping lines.
Right now, the CHS are being harassed by the shipping lines, sir, because we are not getting the copy of the shipping bill from them. They are themselves taking time. So if this can be streamlined, we get it directly, it solves all the problem.
And also, sir, from the liners, if all the liners get registered, we can come to know that what are the problems they are facing, and we can try to address the problems. And
sir,
yes,
I've given you the issue.
All liners, all port on CFS, that is custodians, to get registered into the system, you will get the access.
Yes,
and
sir.
If that create the problem, then we are there. You will get access.
Sir, that itself, all India, all the main offices and the child registration has not been completed as yet. It is taking too long. We do not know why. Anyway, the problem is with you, sir. Look into it.
Yeah, that is yes. We have taken up with the system, and it is taking time. There are a long pro forma which it has to be filled up, and even Port Trust and all are filling it up centrally through their call it port through port communication system. They are also doing it. So the moment that is the reason we have postponed it. SCMTR, we have postponed it to a future date. But without accessing or without giving an opportunity to access, it cannot be implemented. That is a pakka. Don't worry about that.
Just problem I put to you, it will solve a lot of issues. Over to you, Devashish.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It will. I know, and we much more than you. We are concerned. I'm telling you, we are concerned.
Thank you.
One more issue from our side, sir. As so many liners and liners association is present, there so many shipping bills are pending for EGM filing at the means for drawback, sanctioning, and IGST refund. almost 60% of the Calcutta pendants in drawback and IGST refund sanctioning is pending because of non-filing of EGM and EGM errors.
Let me put it very simply. Government of India, Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs, in way back in COVID period, means not only this is September, we initiated in the month of April itself a special drive to put monies in the hands of stakeholder or exporters. We try to dispose of all dependencies of IGST refund and drawback. And now today I am in a situation that shipping bill is not coming to the queue for sanction of drawback because EGM has not been filed. There has been some error. I take this opportunity through this forum. All the liners and shipping agents, please note it. If you want a list, my office can provide you the list we have generated. We have put up on public notice. I have a dedicated officer for this at the rank of additional commissioner. Please file EGM. More than 50%, I can tell you, in Calcutta Custom House, I am not able to give money to my exporter in more than 25,000 cases out of my 35,000 pregnancies.
So your point is taken. Your point is taken. We will definitely send it all out to our shipping agency. Thank you.
Sir, can I just come in?
Devashish, next question. Go ahead.
So can I just think of this? Sorry, just a comment. 3 years back, after GST was introduced, Tuticorin Port also faced the same issue, and customs also faced the same issue, that the port clearance was getting delayed, because of which the IGST refund was not happening. The platform that we have developed there on collaboration model, you can obviously check with the Tuticorin Commissionerate as well as the stakeholders there. The IGST refund in 100% of the cases is done in 3 days. This is already available. EGM filing is done prior to vessel sailing. Everybody else is connected. All vessel operators are connected. All CFSs are connected. All CHs are connected. So there is a model already working. If you would want to see that is available, we are very happy to do a proof of concept to make sure that this problem is solved by digitization once and for all.
Very good. Very
good. Mr. Mehra is to reply something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Mehra has to
Go
reply.
ahead, please.
Yeah, Mr. Mehra.
Sujit, Mr. Mehra has to reply something. You have put question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Captain Majumdar has asked a question about the notification for this, for people have no pillar to put in the DMG building. This is because presently we are doing in the offline mode, because there is no integration between the port PCS along with the customs portal and IceGate. Our IPA is looking after this thing, and I hope very soon we will be having this integration, and you will not have to send your people to DMG building or in Haldia. It will get it online. We are working on it, and very soon we will get a solution to that.
Thank you, sir. Excellent, sir. Thank you. It's very nice to hear that. Devashish, go ahead.
When we decided to hold this webinar, we thought of making solutions from this webinar. So this is happening.
Devashish, your voice is cracking. We can't hear.
देवाशीष जी आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है, क्रैक हो रही है. Captain, please.
Sujit, Devashish is not audible.
Sir, if I may, with the permission of Chief Commissioner and Mr. Mayor and our committee, I think Mr. Devashish Datta, moderator, is not audible at all. And since we have come to the end of our question and answer session, may I just allow, say, 5 minutes for an open question in the Q&A chat box, and Arup Guha, who has been given the responsibility, if Arup Guha can come in and just put 2 questions, and we close it at that, because we cannot keep the senior officers waiting. Devashish, are you okay now? Can you come in?
So Debashish sir is having problem in his internet. So I think if Arup sir can take up the question part.
Okay, then
which
Arup, go
we have
ahead.
already-
Just Arup,
we have
just
already-
two questions. One to Chief Commissioner, one to Port, and then we'll start winding up.
The one question that comes in is the gentleman says that I am interested in the EDI single window. So beside downloading the documents, is there a tracking system that can be available to track his documents with a single window system? Can he track his documents?
Yes, yes, that is there already. I think you must be knowing, and your agent knows where, suppose you have filed a particular bill of entry, at what stage it is there. The tracking system in IceGate is already there. There, they can track that at what stage your bill of entry document.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Debashish, anything for the Port?
Arup, anything from the Port?
I don't have anything from the Port as well.
Well, in that case,
Can I ask a question to our Chief Commissioner, please?
yes, Pramod, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Pramod.
Sir, first of all, very nicely presented total things, whatever the custom run system is going on and going to be implemented is nice. I just have one thing to be highlighted, although maximum work is going on through remote filing, but in the Bangladesh cross-border, because of the increase of volume of work by rail and all that, we have found out that service center work has gone very high level. So the CHAs, there who are working, they do not get the GST invoice for the service center what he is paying, although he is getting receipt. So my question is this, that averagely good CHA pays approximately 5 lakhs rupees in a year. So those money is unnecessary. We could not get the input because GST invoices are not raised. So if anything can be arranged in case of the payment to the service center at the cross border. This is a question actually from the CHA fraternity.
Agarwal Saab, would you like to answer it, please?
Okay, the basic problem is that you people are not getting GST invoice for the service charges you are paying.
Yes, sir.
Pramodji, can I get the name of the service center with the list? And I think, what is the service provider? Jin? Person. So, that service center name, we will come to know about who is provider, service provider. And I will certainly speak to them, and I'll put through my officers who is in charge of land customs, my principal commissioner preventive. And I will not only say try, but we will ensure that you get the GST invoice.
Yes, sir. That is very, very helpful for taking the imports for them. So that I really thank you.
Pramodji, I worked in GST.
Yeah.
2017 to before coming to this, through and through 6 years I have in GST. I can understand your problem.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So one question final is that very important for the trade, for the CHA and the shipping line, sir. In the PCS of the port, Mr. Mehra, please listen. The CHAs are filing, the shipping lines are filing the VGM, the gross weight of the container by cargo and tear weight. Whereas in IceGate, the CHAs are filing only by gross VGM. Now, two are different. We are not able to merge it. And then we are getting penalties from the port. The port is saying you are amending it, so there's a problem. I mean, why should there be a penalty, sir? This is a stage where we are trying to merge into digitization. If the port PCS is not yet merged with the IceGate, surely the trade is not to be blamed for that. So if now your system does not allow the CHAs to file separately in the port or separately in the IceGate, the shipping line should not be penalized for it. So please look into this matter. I do not need an explanation. Please look into this matter. Make sure that either the IceGate is able to give gross cargo weight and tear weight separately, and or the port gives all together. One of the two, but both the systems must be common, sir. Thank you.
So I have one question. We have Mr. Ramakrishna as if there is anything he wants to tell the trade or to the commissioner, sir.
Yeah, can I say something, Captain Majumdar, on your issues?
Yes, please, Mr. Mehra, come, please.
So we are seized of the situation about this overweight or this your amendment regarding the weight. So we are going to have a coordination with the CHA MLO as well as the exporter in order that the cargo and gross weight everything will be intimated there so that this issue will not come in future. We are working on it. This requires rather a wide coordination with the CHA MLO and exporters, and we are happy to coordinate with them so that these issues can be sorted out.
Excellent, sir. Thank you. In the meantime, the port does allow, I think, 1,000 kgs or something allowance is there. If it exceeds, there's a penalty. At the moment, sir, if it exceeds also, do not penalize because this is not our fault really. Thank you.
Okay. We'll definitely look into it and try to resolve this.
Debashish,
there is a question about the operation of the scanner in the Port Trust, Kolkata Port Trust. So if Mehraji can also reply to that.
You see, scanners has already come and physical infrastructure as far as civil and electrical is over. But you know, this SAT, that is site acceptance test, was scheduled not only here, in other ports like Vizag also I have faced the same problem because of the COVID. Their international experts, those who have supplied the Smith International, those people could not travel during this period because this SAT is not completed. So implementation and commissioning is getting delayed. We are helpless on that. We are working on it. We are pursuing through our IPA because IPA was the central coordinating agency about this scanner. We are hopeful that now this COVID situation are more or less accepted all over the world, and we have also know that we have to live with that. So things will normalize very soon. We are also awaiting because you know those ports which are imported the shredded your scrap. We are facing a lot of difficulties. DGFT is time to time extending their last date about the scanning. So we are hopeful that it will be sorted out quickly. These things are not in our hand at the moment, but we are coordinating with the suppliers so that their expert will come and continue their site acceptance test so that the next phase we can go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if Debashish is still available or not.
Captain, I need to ask one question to Mr. Agarwal, if you permit me.
Who's speaking?
Ramakrishnan.
Yes, Ramakrishnan, certainly. You're from Delhi, sir. Ramakrishnan, please do comment. Certainly, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Agarwal sir, all compliments to you because we had the National Association of Freight Forwarders meeting today, and the Calcutta had great accolades for your proactiveness. Thank you so much. So it's a pleasure talking to you, sir. I have many questions, but I will ask you only specific question is on the faceless for the air cargo shipment which goes to the ICD location or at a remote location which works for 5 days. It becomes a humongous cost for the air shipment. Through you, I would request you to kindly you can always speak to Sandeep Kumar Saab and say that from the air cargo document should only go to the air cargo because that is everybody works 24/7. That would be of great help. Otherwise, you know, our cost will go up. The second most important thing is, sir, as a measure of effectiveness for the officers, you know, there are concerns about the officers on the faceless. From our side, as an industry side, if we can really have all the group wise pendency to be published on the website, both for FAG and PAG, I assure you, sir, both from the industry side and from the custom side, the efficiency level will improve 100%.
Okay. I think, well, first of all, thank you, Mr. Ramakrishna ji. You have joined from Delhi.
Yes, sir.
And yes, and you will be happy to note both these two issues is already in the knowledge of Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs. You will be happy to know that on Thursday itself, 2 days back, and within 2 hours of the notice, at 1 o'clock or 1:30, I received a notice for a web conference from my member, Honorable Mr. Bhatnagar sir, and we all chief commissioners of various locations joined, and we are aware of this 24/7, especially because we faced from 15th September like gold. I'm personally telling you, every chief, and you will be happy. And I'm telling you, since you are dealing with this trade, and I was also assistant commissioner 30 years back in this custom house. And that time we were not integrated. We were not knowing what is happening even in my next group. And not to talk of Delhi and this one. And chief commissioner or collector, with due respect to my seniors, चीफ कमिश्नर और कलेक्टर को 25 साल पहले पता भी नहीं होता था ग्रुप में क्या हो रहा है. And you will be happy to note we have a WhatsApp group. We all senior officers have a separate dashboard. We can see each moment moving a bill of entry. 19th, the bill of entry was filed for 200 kg gold in Calcutta Air Cargo of HDFC, which was lying somewhere in an ICD, as you told me rightly. In
Kanpur, I'm aware of it.
Actually, it came to my notice. We tried to resolve it. So we mentioned to the member, we are aware of this situation. And I assure you that the moment that 100% implementation is there, we will see that where the efficiency, where the expertise is there for those goods that are cleared and the officers available. Officers availability, efficiency, expertise. 3 things we are trying to integrate. Number 1. So don't worry, we are seized of this problem situation. We have faced, so I gave you this example which you are aware. Number 2, what was that? Number 2, you raised that issue of?
I was saying that the group wise,
yes. That today, yes. Today, every hour, every moment, we are getting on our dashboard, and I am sure we are knowing that which bill of entry of which port is pending where, and how many hours, how many queries have been raised. Today, your chief commissioner is aware in your group how many queries have been raised today. Could you think of 20 years back? As a chief commissioner, I am aware what kind of query has been raised. Your commissioner sitting in Calcutta, he is aware that what query has been raised by Bombay about the importer so far as relating to Calcutta or other importers. At this moment, it is available on our dashboard to systems. I am 100%. I said you, my first motto is openness. We will see that this thing is after 31st October. This is when the system is fully operationalized, fully functional all over country, and it is available too on the website also. This is nothing secret. Today, you know what is pendency in drawback. We know what is pendency in IGST. Today, know where is the bill of entries. It will be available. That if it is not available, I will try to advocate for this. Rest assured. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Agarwal and Mr. Mehra. I'd like to close the session today. We have already exceeded our time. Sir, only request is before I hand over to Mr. Sabyasachi Hajra is that the balance of the questions that we have submitted to you already, please try and resolve those on your internal side. Bengal Chamber will come back to you to know how we have progressed on those few things, and I'm sure you will give us the solutions.
By Tuesday, before, not that. Monday, give me a 24-hour time, 1 working day. At least my officers are already working in air cargo and dock today also. Give me 24 hours time. Tuesday on your mail, you will get response for all your questions by evening Tuesday only. You will get response.
Thank you,
yes,
sir. We are most grateful for you, and we are so delighted to hear what you're saying. And I'm sure Mr. Mehra will also help us, sir. May not be Tuesday, sir. Whenever you can, please do your best so that periodically we'll keep bothering you to find out how we have progressed. With these few words, may I ask our co-chairman, Mr. Sabyasachi Hajra, who, as you all know, is the ex-chairman and managing director of Shipping Corporation of India. He will give the summary and the vote of thanks. Over to you, Sabyasachi.
Just one issue, just clarification, Mr. Captain Majumdar.
Yes, sir.
He has forwarded about your last internal meeting. As regards the port is concerned, I can assure you next week you will get the reply. We have already 3-4 issues are there. We have taken a decision on what decision we have taken, and including the timeline, you will get it by next week to mail to you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Over to Hajra.
Good evening, everyone. In in my capacity as the co-chairman of the Shipping Committee of Bombay Chamber of Commerce, it's my great pleasure and proud privilege to propose a vote of thanks for today's webinar. We are extremely grateful to our chief guest, Mr. P.K. Agarwal, our guest of honor, Mr. A.K. Mehra, and also Mr. Vineet Malhotra for their wonderful speeches and deliberations. I must say that we feel that the objective of our webinar is very much fulfilled through the commitments and the positive attitude of the customs and port officials. Everywhere we heard only yeses. There has been absolutely no no's. So
Mr. Hajra, may I just interrupt? May I just interrupt?
Please,
You will
Mr.
be,
Agarwal.
you know, the way we respond, it is not that I am boasting. My principal commissioner preventive, Mr. Rajesh Jindal, he was listening the question raised by Mr. Pramod Srivastava, and you will be happy to note I have got response on my mobile, on WhatsApp. Already question has gone and being examined. Already gone on my WhatsApp, it is there, and my principal commissioner has already responded. Thank you very much, just to intimate you.
Sir, in this way, the digitized world will also get bankrupt, sir.
Absolutely wonderful. As all our speakers have said, that while this raging pandemic is causing great distress to the mankind all over the globe, but at the same time, it has brought opportunities and it has its own positivities, that the digitalization has really been expedited in all walks of life. And of course, the shipping and maritime and logistics can be no exception. So we see here, actually what Mr. Vineet Malhotra was talking about collaboration. I thought one of the best example of that has already been given in the presentation of the customs through SWIFT. You know, I mean, this is a wonderful, absolutely wonderful example of collaboration where all the concerned government agencies are working together for facilitation of the trade. We also have heard about, I mean, so many different aspects of Turant Customs, and we have absolutely no doubt with further integration.
Sabir you cut out.
Sabir sir is also having bandwidth issues because yellow mark is coming up.
Sir, I can only add, if I have to conclude, is we are so happy with today's final session. I think most of our questions may not have been answered, but as Hajra has said, you are so positive, both you and Mr. Mehra. In fact, he came in last and he told me in a couple of days, my problem is going to be resolved. This kind of an attitude is all that we need to give us the encouragement. We can also work similarly so hard so that we collectively come and make Calcutta Port one of the best ports where everything is online, sir. I think with these, on behalf of Bengal Chamber and on behalf of the Shipping Committee, I thank all of you, Chief Commissioner and his officers, Mr. Mehra and his officers. We thank you once again and very much from the bottom of our heart for a wonderful session. And I think these kind of interactive sessions, sometimes I feel is a little bit more useful rather than just having seminars where people are coming and giving their views and addresses, which are of course necessary. But this kind of interaction, I think once a year or even twice a year, with the common interactive between customs as well as port together and the trade and customs and shipping lines, this is the best kind of a platform for all our problems to be resolved. With this, thank you, namaste and Jai Hind.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Stay safe. Stay
We
safe.
also thank you, and we would like to thank all our sponsors and partners, the PGP Group, Victor Moses and Company, APJ Shipping, AL Logistics, BGS Group, Century CFS, Everett India Private Limited, GSP Clearing Agency, Government Resources Private Limited, Summit Alliance, Port East, Gateway, Private Limited, Seahorse Ship Agencies Private Limited, Young Marine Line India Private Limited, and Shipping Corporation of India for helping us to organize this program. On behalf of the Chamber, I would now like to thank everybody present, including all our attendees, and would like to end our today's webinar here. Thank you so much. Good night.
Chukanna, I ask pardon of my delegates. I have forgotten to thank all the delegates who have been part of this seminar and who have logged in. And many of them are wanting to ask questions, but unfortunately, we really run out of time. But with the success of this, we'll try and have another similar occasion and a platform sometime later with more questions. And with so much of development coming with a deadline of 31st October, as Mr. Agarwal has said, I'm sure more than half of our problems or 75% of all the problems will be over, including what Mr. Mehra has said. Thank you so much. Over and out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, organizers.
Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Good night.